Now on BBC One, the New Year's Day news at 1 o'clock with Kasia Madera.
Today at 1, police in Switzerland say several dozen people have died in a fire at a New Year's Eve party. It happened in the early hours in a packed bar in the Crans-Montana resort.
At first I thought it was just fireworks for New Year's Eve, but then I saw a lot of people screaming. There was panic.
It was like in the movies. There was smoke everywhere.
Also on the programme, millions of consumers will see energy bills rise as the cap on prices changes today. Chelsea's head coach Enzo Maresca leaves the club after 18 months in charge. And celebrations across the UK to welcome in the new year. Hello, good afternoon. Police in Switzerland say several dozen people are thought to have been killed in a fire at a bar in the ski resort of Crans-Montana. Around 100 people are also injured, with several nationalities involved. The fire started at around 1:30 in the morning, when the venue was packed with people celebrating the new year. The Crans-Montana resort is a couple of hours from the Swiss capital. The cause of the fire remains unknown at the moment, but authorities have ruled out an attack. Well, my colleague Sylvia Costello is there for us. And Sylvia, a devastating story. Bring us up to date. Devastating. Sylvia Costello in Crans-Montana, thank you so much. The government says it will robustly defend the decision to strip Shamima Begum of her British citizenship after the European Court of Human Rights questioned it. The court has asked if ministers considered whether Ms Begum, who left home in London aged 15 to join the Islamic State group, was a victim of trafficking. She was stripped of her citizenship in 2019 on the grounds that she posed a threat to national security. She remains in a camp in Syria. Officials in Nigeria say the former heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua has been discharged from hospital in Lagos. He was injured in a car crash on Monday in which two of his friends, who were also members of his training team, were killed. Officials described Joshua as full of emotion but clinically fit to recuperate at home. A man whose wife and two children died in a Boxing Day fire has paid tribute to his wonderful family. Fionnuala Shearman, 7-year-old Eve and 4-year-old Honor were killed in the fire at their home in Stroud in Gloucestershire. Police say that Tom Shearman, a serving police officer, escaped the fire and tried several times to save his family. Well, my colleague Helena Wilkinson has more on this devastating story.
Yeah, believed to be suspicious.
Devastating. Helena, thank you as always, Helena Wilkinson. Health visitors will soon be offering vaccines to some children during routine home appointments. The pilot scheme in England will start later this month and will target families who are not registered with a GP surgery. The Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, says the change will help those families who needed the most support. In the last hour, Chelsea's head coach Enzo Maresca has left the club after 18 months in charge. Chelsea said the club and Maresca had parted company with the team, currently standing 5th in the Premier League. Well, our Chelsea reporter Nizar Kinsella joins us now. So, Nizar, what do we know? Our Chelsea reporter Nizar Kinsella, thank you. In his New Year message, the Prime Minister has promised the government will defeat the decline and division offered by others, insisting that people will feel positive change in their lives in 2026. Sir Keir Starmer said things had been tough in Britain for a while, but that the public should start to see improvements. Well, my colleague Damien Grammaticus joins us. Damien, just talk us through his message.
Well, the first part of it really is trying to, I think, is offering hope.
Damien, thank you so much. Damien Grammaticus, thank you. Well, Damien mentioned energy bills. Around 27 million households in England, Wales and Scotland will see energy bills rising as the latest change to the price cap comes into effect. The 0.2% increase amounts to around £3 a year and coincides with plummeting temperatures and wintry weather warnings coming into force overnight across the UK. But the government is offering help to some with energy costs. Coletta Smith has more. New Year's celebrations began with a bang across the UK and around the world, with huge crowds gathering to celebrate under clear skies and spectacular firework displays. Around 100,000 people gathered along the Thames in London, while Edinburgh saw the return of outdoor Hogmanay celebrations, which had to be cancelled last year because of bad weather. Greg Mackenzie reports. Or rather than I. Now, let's find out what the weather is doing, because it is getting colder. Ben Rich is here.
It certainly is, Kasia. The arrival of the new year has ushered in some properly, but it does remain really cold. Kasia.
Oh, wrap up warm, Ben. Thank you so much. That is it. The news does continue here on BBC One, as now it's time for the news where you are. From me and the team, Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Very good afternoon, I'm Asad Ahmed. Within the past 20 minutes, one of the world's largest New Year's Day parades has started on the streets of London. The London Parade is marking its 40th year, with thousands of performers and around 500,000 spectators lining the streets. Hannah Gray has been following the fun. A murder investigation is underway in Deptford after a 23-year-old man was stabbed to death yesterday afternoon. He died at the scene on Grove Street. Police say they've not yet made any arrests. Football and Chelsea have confirmed that manager Enzo Maresca has left the club after 18 months in charge. The Italian leaves less than 6 months after winning the prestigious Club World Cup. Weeks before that, the team won the UEFA Conference League, but in the Premier League, they've only managed one win in their past 7 league matches. Now, built in southeast London in the 1700s, a Grade 2 listed building which is testament to the area's historic past is on the market for £8 million. Holding their breath as to who might buy it are the artists, performers and theatre group who use it and want to preserve it. Freddie Tennyson went to take a look. Well, now let's take a look at the weather forecast with Ian.
Hello, good afternoon. Very happy New Year to you, and a cold start to the new year it is too, and we'll continue that way for a few days ahead. Cold day. Bye-bye.
Well, that's it for now. I'll be back at 6:20 with our next news on BBC One, and that's just before Sir David Attenborough's latest must-watch. It's called Wild London. It's on at 6:30 on BBC One and also the iPlayer. For now, do have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.